Floyd Mayweather, he is not the biggest problem with the sport of boxing. I want to make that very clear. It can seem like he's the biggest problem because his name is very powerful within the sport of boxing. So if he does something bad, it's going to greatly impact the sport in a negative way. So it can seem like he's the automatic cause of all the problems, but he's not. No fighter is. You can't blame GGG, you can't blame Floyd, you can't blame Pacquiao, you can't blame Danny Garcia for any of the problems. They are products of their environment. That simple. Floyd has earned the right to fight who he wants to fight. He's the A+ fighter within this system. He can fight a good opponent or a bad opponent, make good money, go home. He's earned that right. So what we have to do is focus on the main issue, because right now there are too many distractions out there to keep you from tuning in to the main problem. You don't have to stop advertising guys. You don't have to diss guys every time they duck and dodge. Don't get emotional. We have to focus on the main issue, and the main issue has always been and will continue to be the rules. Until we get the rules fixed, we're not going nowhere. Boxing is stuck in mud. Okay, it's going to continue to go downhill because our rules changed a long time ago, and ever since then the sport has been going downhill. It's that simple. Guys can clinch 100 times per round, nothing happens to them. The referees can destroy a fight. We've seen that plenty of times. Just recently with the Brandon Rios and Diego fight. The ref messed that fight up. The judges messed the fight up. I think that the criteria for judging needs to be changed up. That's a problem. 15 rounds is not the best in the world, but it's better than what we have now, because obviously the sport was better off when we did have 15 rounds. So I think we need at least 13 rounds. I've said something about that before. So we got to focus on the rules. Alright? And how we do this is really simple. First of all, stop buying bad fights. That's number one. If you stop buying bad fights, you make the corporations pay attention to what you're doing, because they need the money. You are the buyer, you give the money. If you don't like something, you stop buying it. When you stop buying it, they must readjust what they're doing to fit your needs, because what's happening right now is they're used to giving you bad fights, hyping it up with all access, and then giving you a tune-up bout and you're happy with it, so you're paying $4. So basically they are ripping you off and you're happy with it. So they're going to continue doing that until you fight it back. So these tune-up bouts coming up should only get like 10,000 buys on pay-per-view. That's about it. Or like 100 hopefully, maybe something like that. But anyway, something low, so that we can get the attention of the corporations, and they have to adapt to what we say. And what we say has to be rules, rules, rules. We have to get political, lawful, right? Let's get that game up, because we have to start talking about the rules. We want changes. We want limits on clinches. We want the judging criteria to be changed up so that we can have a more clear picture of how to judge a fight. We want instant replay. We want this. We want that. Get political. Start changing the sport in that fashion. Everybody has to do it. You have to clamor for what you want. Once they see what you want, then you have to start buying those fights, and then that's how you do it. It's that simple. The reason why mixed martial arts is doing so well is because they have a tremendous system. Dana White does not let John Jones pick his fights. Dana White makes sure that John Jones fights the best time in and time out. And I respect John Jones, because he fights the best. He fought Alexander, he fought Rampage, he fought Rashad Evans, he's fighting Daniel next year. So this guy, he's the real champion. Everyone knows that he's the best over there. So he's earned that right. Their system has been set up to allow a real champion to surface, and he is that real guy. So boxing is behind. There's no authority figure to make Floyd fight the best competition, like John Jones, has a place for him. He can't pick his own fights. And it may sound harsh, but if that's what needs to be done, that has to be done. Because right now, I can't make Floyd fight Pacquiao next May. I can't make Floyd fight Kell Brook or Keith Thurman or Miguel Cotto or Laura or Sean Porter, I can't make Floyd fight the best. It's up to Floyd to do that. So until that happens, man, like I said before, we ain't going nowhere. Until we get a better rule system to make the champions fight the best and then to make the top guys fight the best on a consistent basis without ducking and cherry picking, we ain't going nowhere. So that's how you fix the sport of boxing. I'm out.